Time for rock news on 101.1 WJRR, Orlando's rock station. Let's check in with Lynch and Taco and see which rockers are making the headlines for all the right and wrong reasons. 101.1 WJRR.
All right, rock news is brought to you by our Tuesday Ticket Takeover, happening on both the JRR Instagram and TikTok accounts. Could win yourself Welcome to Rockville tickets.
If you're not following us yet, it's at 1011 WJRR. Really simple to win Rockville tickets there, and multiple people will be picked today.
Mm-hmm.
That's what promotions told us. More than one person's going to win tickets. Again, at 1011 WJRR on our Instagram and TikTok.
The Rolling Stones kicked off their 2024 tour this past Sunday night at NRG Stadium in Houston. And as has been his custom for the last couple of outings, it's Mick Jagger got out and doing a little sightseeing on his own. He showed up at the Space Center there in Houston.
Oh, cool!
At the Johnson Space Center, posting photos on Instagram and thanking NASA for being so welcoming to the band, being shown around by astronauts John Casada, Bob Hines, and Jessica Meyer. While there, they let Jagger sit in what appears to be a simulator. And he was also seen putting on a pair of virtual reality goggles.
I'm not trying to be mean, but they better not to turn that simulator on. I mean, these guys are a little old to be handling like G's, you know?
They're certainly not a little old to be rocking, as they turned in a 2-hour, 18-song set at NRG Stadium.
Oh, yeah, I won't doubt that.
Playing everything you'd expect to hear: Get Off My Cloud, Tumbling Dice, You Can't Always Get What You Want, wow. Sympathy for the Devil, Give Me Shelter, Honky Tonk Women, Jumpin' Jack Flash. Then they also threw in some deep tracks, and for the first time since 2016, whipped out Little TNA with Keith Richards on vocals. The Stones, of course, will roll through Central Florida with their only Florida date, June 3rd, here in Orlando at Camping World Stadium.
Remember last time when you reported that he showed up before some show there, just sat down in a little pub.
He's been doing that all over the place.
It's so cool. I know you mentioned that at the beginning of that story right there. Yeah. But the pub, how cool if you just walk into your local pub.
I think that specific one was in Charlotte, I think.
And there's Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Robert Plant is reportedly working on a top secret project that involves new recording of a classic Zeppelin track. Apparently, someone close to Plant spent some time with him during a recording session at the Magic Garden Recording Studio in England. A number of social media posts from artists and producers allegedly involved in the said secret project have been deleted all of a sudden. No word on which Zeppelin song Plant is supposedly re-recording. Interesting. Smashing Pumpkins have their new guitarist. Remember, they held open auditions.
Yeah, who did they get rid of?
Well, no, they were replacing the last guitarist who just retired after being with the band for a while. 10,000 submissions came in, with 8 people working full time to review every single one that came in.
Wow, it'd be a bad job.
Reviewing all the guitarists. Yeah. Kiki Wong will be the new touring guitarist. Kiki, she plays with a Los Angeles-based band called Vigil of War. She's very thankful for the opportunity.
All right. You think maybe they did that to kind of fool some people in the crowd who knew the old Smashing Pumpkins from years ago?
I don't know.
That it was that other girl?
I don't know. Darcy?
Yeah.
Christy Brinkley spotted dancing to Uptown Girl at Billy Joel's show on the 26th in his residency at Madison Square Garden. Of course, Joel and Brinkley were married from 1985 to 1994 and have one child together. Brinkley was filmed dancing to the Uptown Girl song during the show, which, of course, Billy wrote about her when they were dating.
Was that during the 100th?
No. This was last weekend's show.
Because that one, there were so many different stars there. That was cool. I finally finished watching that.
Steven Tyler is on a bit of a legal roll. A New York judge has now fully dismissed a lawsuit brought by model Gian Bellino, who claimed Tyler forcibly kissed and groped her in 1975 when she was 17. She had filed the suit under New York City's Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, which granted a 2-year window to file suits that otherwise would have fallen outside the usual statute of limitations. The case had been dismissed in February, but the judge left the door open for her to file an appeal. That appeal now has also been dismissed with prejudice, which means it's over. She no longer can move forward with that situation.
No payoff or anything like that.
Nothing. It's done.
Okay.
Motley Crue have booked a club show in New York City. This will add to the year's first shows that the band will be rocking out. They're going to be playing New York's Bowery Ballroom coming up on May 6th under the pseudonym 1981. Tickets will be going on sale May 3rd for the intimate show at the Bowery Ballroom. That'll take place 2 days after the band plays back-to-back shows in Atlantic City, May 3rd and 4th, which will be the Crue's first live appearances of 2024. And you can see Motley Crue here in Central Florida. They will be rocking at Welcome to Rockville.
Them and, I don't know, about 100 other bands.
The lineup is just so sick. Sonny Sandoval, vocalist for POD, is sitting on a solo reggae album that he put together.
Really?
Says, I just want people to hear it. When's it coming out? Don't know. The label appreciates that he did it, but they're like, we wanted some new POD, so there's new POD first. But know that he's a big reggae fan. He called some friends together to help him assemble some stuff, and he put it together. He says he thinks it's pretty good.
Tell me when that's out.
Be curious to...
like if they do release it, please let me know.
Yeah. System of a Down, Surge will be releasing a solo EP in September, that being announced this week. He also has his memoir, Down with the System, coming out May 14th. System of a Down performed at Sick New World this past weekend for the second year in a row. Don't expect any kind of widespread System of a Down tour. Surge kind of has said that he's really not that interested in going down that road.
Mm-hmm.
So, but hey, you can't completely roll out some more System shows. And I finally, leaving this for last, kind of a funny quote from an old school metal dude. That would be Glenn Benton from Tampa's Deicide.
Mm-hmm. What old Glenn have to say?
He lives, breathes, eats, and lives the metal lifestyle 24/7. Always has. I still remember running into him in the Orlando International Airport on a way. I was flying out of town, but we were leaving out of the same waiting area there. It's not every day you run into a guy with a inverted cross branded in between his eyes and wearing the Enjoy Satan T-shirt at the airport. But that's Glenn. He was asked about the state of today's metal scene. Says, quote, all we have is a bunch of wannabe Weezer-looking dudes trying to play metal.
Okay, Glenn.
I'm sorry. That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah.
That would be your rock news.
Lynch and Taco. Are always on demand.
Download their podcast daily on our free iHeartRadio app.
Get it now at WJRR.com.